The last thing I expected that rainy Thursday evening was a simple car ride to change the way I understood love, grief, and the quiet sacrifices people make for those they cherish. My best friend had called me in a panic, asking if I could drive his elderly mother home after her doctor's appointment because he was stuck at work and couldn't leave. I thought it would be a favor that would take 20 minutes. Instead, it became a journey that I will remember for the rest of my life. Before we begin, if you believe kindness, second chances, and small acts of compassion can change someone's world, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment telling us where you're watching from, share this story with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel for more heart-touching stories that stay with you long after they end. His mother was already waiting outside the clinic with a small umbrella and a gentle smile that somehow hid years of silent pain. She thanked me as if I had done something extraordinary, even though I had only opened a car door. The rain tapped softly against the windshield as we pulled away from the parking lot. At first, we spoke about ordinary things. She asked about my work, my parents, and whether I was eating well. She had that rare gift of making people feel important simply by listening. The streets were glowing under the evening rain. Store signs reflected in puddles, children hurried home with backpacks over their heads, and the city seemed to slow down for just a moment. When we reached the entrance to her neighborhood, I gently turned toward her house. That was when she looked out of the side window, smiled with tired eyes, and whispered something so softly that I almost didn't hear it. She asked if we could take one more loop around the neighborhood before going home. There was no urgency in her voice, only a quiet hope that sounded too fragile to refuse. I nodded and kept driving. We circled the familiar streets once more. As we passed an old bakery, she smiled and said that her husband used to surprise her with warm bread every Sunday morning after church. The bakery had changed owners years ago, but she still remembered the smell of fresh loaves waiting at the door. A little farther down the road stood an old playground where she used to watch her son laugh until sunset. By the time we completed the loop, I noticed she wasn't looking at the road ahead anymore. She was looking through time. Every corner carried a memory. Every building held a piece of the life she had once lived with the people she loved most. Instead of asking if she wanted to go home, I quietly drove around again. This time she didn't speak for several minutes. The silence between us wasn't uncomfortable. It was peaceful, filled only with the sound of rain and the gentle rhythm of the windshield wipers. Finally, she admitted that this neighborhood had